Hello students, this is a video about how to make and use a Quizlet account. Alright, so get to Quizlet. You can either just type www.quizlet.com into, or www.quizlet.com into the URL bar, or just Google search Quizlet or something. And once you get here, either if you already have an account, log in. If you don't, you're going to need to sign up. So just click the sign up button here. You'll get this stuff. You can put your birthday in, a fake one or a real one, some username that nobody else has. The only tricky part is the email address. If you have a Seattle Public Schools email address, you might not want to use that here because Seattle Public Schools can't receive emails from outside of districts, so you won't be able to recover your password if you use your Seattle Public Schools email address. The other option would be to use your Seattle Public Schools email address if that's the only one you've got, and then just write your password down in some Google Doc or Word doc called useless passwords where you save that. I wouldn't ever do that for an important password, but for Quizlet, who cares? So that way, at least if you get your account closed or you lose your password, you can get it back open again because you've got it written down somewhere. But if you have a Hotmail or a Gmail account, which is kind of handy to have anyway, then just use that so you can recover your password. Once you have all this stuff filled out, then click sign up and it will create an account. All right, once you click that join button, if you're starting a new Quizlet account, and unfortunately I'm not, and I've already made too many fake ones to bother with another one, you'll get, the only thing you need to worry about is there'll be one pop-up screen that'll say, basically, do you want to continue on with Quizlet Pro? And there's like a free 14-day trial. Don't click on that. You don't need that. Unless you're a teacher, you don't need the Pro Quizlet thing. Up at the top left of that pop-up screen, or somewhere if they change it after this video gets made, you'll see a little button that says continue with free Quizlet. That's all you need. You don't need to pay for Quizlet unless you're making some really complicated stuff or you're a teacher. So once you get in, finding the teacher account is pretty easy if you know their name, or they probably gave you a join code. By the way, here's that button for the upgrade to the free trial. Don't click that. It just sits there trying to take your money. All right, so since this is for my class, if I wanted my students to get into my class, they can just type in my username, which is James Couture, because it just is. So James Couture, and then it'll bring up actually all of my flashcards I've already made, because you don't actually have to be in my class to see stuff from me. It does help though, because you don't get all the flashcards I've ever made for all of my classes and for myself. So one of the things you could do would be just to go to James Couture, and then you can ask to join the class if you want. Like there is a class button here, and then you could ask to join one of my classes. But I prefer if you don't do that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a join code, or give you a join code that you can use to just automatically join my class. So this fake account is going to join my teacher account. And so if you get a join code from your teacher, you just put it into the URL up here. It's basically like a little URL-based auto-join thing. So you'll copy whatever they gave you. In this case, this was the join code for this class. Click enter, and boom, you're automatically into the class. Oh, actually, there is one more button. You got to click this join class button to prove that you actually want that. In case you mistyped it, you might join the wrong class. So at that point, you'd be into Intro to Zombie Studies, and then here would be the flashcards for that fake class, and you could use these flashcards and various things to study for the class. So, like, you'll get some flashcards, and there's a bunch of little games you can play to learn the words, or you can just turn them into normal flashcards, where you just click on them and they flip over. Click on the next one, flip it over. Strangely, it wants to do beer and alcohol today. Oh well. It starts random. All right, so that's how to use Quizlet. I hope that was helpful. Thanks, and goodbye.